EA Sports coverage of the NFL has come to East Asia in the bustling metropolis that is Tokyo, Japan. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Come on, team. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Ready?
Throwing from the outset is Penix. Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd and 8. To throw, here's Nix. Oh, his first throw of the game, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Penix. And that'll be incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
They'll throw with Penix. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Looking to throw, Penix. That's caught out right by Jennings. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. Now Penix. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. T. Higgins was the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. You look at this Raiders defense. This unit against the pass, hoping to get better for sure. Number 25 in the NFL right now.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a 1st. the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This one swung out to Williams. And fighting down inside the 25. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. And looking to throw, Penix. This is caught. Touchdown. T. Higgins. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Wizards go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Unable to corral him. He fights through. Solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Dexter Lawrence able to bust free and get to the quarterback. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Nix to the air. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Well, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said,
oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And it's a huge return as he brings this all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. To the air, Penix. Left side, he finds Pierce. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Alec Pierce, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Wizards are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Here's Nix. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this 1st quarter. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now.
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
60 by 6. 60 by 6. Let's go.
to throw now on first down. And it's caught. Touchdown. T. Higgins with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Wizards have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
2nd and 10.
Let's go now.
They'll try the middle with Garindo. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Throwing Nix. That one behind his man, incomplete. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They're going. It's Nix. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now it's Nix. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
60 Bobcats, 6 Cup 19, Cup 19, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
Operating from the gun, Penix. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. They're going to look to throw. And this is caught. Jennings. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 21-0 our score after 1.
Wizards 21, Raiders nothing.
2nd quarter now, and it's our home team with possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
19 Lions.
Looking to throw. Touchdown! Michael Mayer, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Wizards are able to widen their lead here in this first half. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen. And it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
He'll buy some time right. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
2nd down and 8.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Set it. 19 tight, 19 tight. Ready.
Penix working out of the gun here. Throw left side complete. That's Williams. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Here is 3rd and 5.
Mustang 19. Go. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Ready.
From the shotgun, it's Penix. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense. That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down. Here's Garendo on first down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Again, it's Garendo. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Jalen Phillips able to record his 5th sack of the season. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
They'll go for it. Here's Nix. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And as a result, possession switches hands. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
This is 2nd and 8.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. 70. Come 19, come 19. Hup.
He'll drop to throw. This is Jennings. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Cowboy 80, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Ready?
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That is caught. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 yards there on the catch and run. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Warrior 70. Sag. 70 range. 70 range. Panther 11. Panther 11. Go.
Here's Penix. Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Ready. Buffalo 18.
They'll throw with Penix. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Dalton Schultz, 26 yards. And the Wizards will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. That's caught downfield by Neighbors. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The rookie from Oregon on target with that one. It leads to a first down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On play action, here's Nix. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 2nd and 7. Again, it's Williams. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Raiders nothing.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
First down, Raiders.
To throw, here's Nix, rolling to his right. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. To throw is Nix. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Byron Murphy.
Well, I think everyone who's watching Was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half that's carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger, 79 Bronco. Ready?
Now Penix. He's got his man. It's Pierce.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. They run it again with Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That play ended for a net loss thanks to Javon Hargrave. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Looking to throw Penix. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
18, Pioneer. Warrior 70.
To the air, Penix. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jack Campbell with a pick. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
Handoff here, Guerrero. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Off the play fake, here's Nix. Pass complete right side to Bowers. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. On the give, it's Guerrero. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Nix to the air. Steps away. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Bo Nix taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Raiders are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
Chad Ryland now to add the PAT. And he converts, and it cuts the lead to 35-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Still well in control of this ball game, despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago.
Panther 11, 19 Lions, Buffalo
try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's caught by Jennings. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
35-yard line.
Come on, set. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. 19 tight, 19 tight. Ready?
And looking to throw, Penix. Completes it to Jennings. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. They'll run out of the gun and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Raiders pick it up. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, partner. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature?
Yes, indeed. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy. All these turnovers right now.
Yeah, well, this was the forecast. We got what was forecasted, and we've gotten a lot of turnovers.
Alert! Alert! Go!
A give running left now, Garindo. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
18 left, 18 left. 79 Bronco. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Cut 19, cut 19. Take over.
Now it's Nix. And that will be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as they'll go for it on fourth down. They're going. It's Nix. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one swung out to Williams. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. From the 43, it's 2nd and 3. Up the middle, it's Williams. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
70 Rangers.
On 3rd down, Penix from the gun. And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Throwing Nix. He'll get the tight end Bowers involved there. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Raiders.
Here's Nix. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Marquise Bell. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did. And remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Williams will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
That'll be a loss of 1 yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
And this is going to be incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game win streak. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And now here's another interception. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Intercepted. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Hawk 70, Hawk, let's go.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Over the middle, hauled in by Pierce. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Dalton Schultz with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Wizards are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their fourth quarter lead. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And that unbeaten record very much in jeopardy. It's been a great first few months of the season so far, but they have run into a buzzsaw here, trailing big in the fourth quarter.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll look to throw now on first down. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage. At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Back to the air with Nix. Rolling to his left. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. To throw, here's Nix. He's going to let this one go deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
To throw is Nix. This one brought in by Jefferson. And a nice pickup there as he'll get about 9, and that will lead us to a stoppage here at the 2-minute warning. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Again, he'll drop to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on 4th down tries. They're trying again. On the sneak, it's Nix. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Seven yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Off the play fake, Nix. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Nix. That is caught. Pushing his way through. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Nix. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Nix to throw again. They'll nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. And that kneeled down a little extra sweet. You get the win, and you knock out somebody's perfect season.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because it's not a championship game yet, but the team that's undefeated feels like a champion. So you've won a little bit extra in this one. Yeah, they've got to feel great about taking a knee here.